And welcome to another round of Sports Views. Tonight I am reviewing the 2020 MLS Cup Final. Columbus Crew 3, Seattle Sounders 0. Columbus Crew are your 2020 MLS Cup champions. They will be going to the CONCACAF Champions League next year. That's good for me, and I'll explain it later when we get into the if I were yous and all that. The goals were scored as follows in the 25th minute. Lucas Zelarayan gets the ball, side foots it in, on to the line, under Stephen Fry's arm, rolls in to make it 1-0. Stephen Fry lets in a howler, not a great try to save. Probably is an omen for the night. Then in the 31st minute, Derek Etienne Jr. gets the ball from Zelarayan, takes a shot, curls it past Fry to make it 2-0, and that's the way it would go into halftime. Columbus are dominating at this point, and hell, they still do throughout the game. In the 82nd minute, Lucas Zelarayan gets the ball at the top of the box from a pass from Diaz. Takes a shot, top corner, top Ched, seals the MLS Cup for the Columbus Crew. Save the Crew, savor the Crew, and celebrate the Crew, because this is destiny. In the final match, the final big match at MAPFRA Stadium, Columbus Crew wins their second MLS Cup in league history, a first side, original side of MLS in the 25th season, ends it with a cup at their home stadium, the first soccer-specific stadium in the U.S. Destiny, as I said during the Eastern Conference final video review. This was destiny, and I should have picked Columbus, even with Nagby out and Santos out. I should have picked Columbus. I really should have, because I should have expected this. I did not. I thought Seattle would do the job, get the job done. No, they didn't. They had a disaster class. They did not show up at all. Ladero, Morris, Rui Diaz did not show up. Fry, all he did was pick the ball out of the back of his net. Did not show up. The defense, horrible. Did not show up. O'Neal, trash. Alex Roldan, trash. They weren't great. Alex Roldan was at fault for 2 of those goals, the first 2. He wasn't great. Columbus won because they played to win. They didn't care about the circumstances. They came in as underdogs and they were like, okay, you see that about us? You think that about us? We're going to prove you wrong. Destiny. With everything that happened, I was thinking, you know what? This is destiny. Because they made the MLS Cup at their home stadium. They didn't have to go through Toronto FC in the Eastern Conference semifinals. No, they went through Nashville at MAPFRA Stadium. They didn't have to go through Philly in the Eastern Conference Final. No, they went through New England at MAPFRA Stadium. In the first round, they went through the Red Bulls, doing what they needed to do at home, but they almost blew it. Then, in the MLS Cup at home, facing the defending champions, they play them off the park. They win the cup, down 2 of their best players. It is a sight to see. What a deserving win by Columbus. Seriously. They deserved every bit of that. Every bit of that win they deserved. And I'm proud of Columbus. I'm happy for them. The stats were as follows. 15-13 on shots. 5-2 shots on target. 35% possession to 65% possession, 256 passes to 472, 67% pass accuracy to 80% pass accuracy, 15 fouls to 13 fouls, 0 yellows to 2 yellows, no red cards, nobody got sent off by Marufo, 3 offside to no offside, 7 corners to 8 corners. The corners went over. If you remember the pregame show, they went over the prop bets. Yeah, the corners went over. I should have taken that. I really should have. The game didn't go over, but should have taken the corners going over. Yeah, Amazing by the Crew. They didn't dominate the game, as in they didn't hold possession. But what they did was their defense stayed stout. They pressed. They ran the show. They may not have dominated in the traditional way, but they ran the show. They pressed like they knew they could. They dispossessed Seattle. They found the best passes. They found great breaks. Their players showed up. Zardes, Zelarayan, Artur, Diaz, Aiden Morris. The kid is all right. That kid. Special footballer. Amazing game by Aiden Morris. Eloy Room, in his first game back from COVID, shows up. Etienne shows up. All the players that played, Jonathan Mensah, Harrison Afful, they all showed up for Columbus. That is the difference. Nobody showed up for Seattle. Nobody was up for it for Seattle, but Columbus, everybody was up for it. Everybody was fighting. Everybody was foaming at the mouth to win the cup, and they won the cup. They fought hard. They fought to win. Fight and win. Seattle didn't do that. That was Columbus. Massive win, if you'd like to use that term. Columbus Crew had an amazing game plan. They said, we're going to stick to what we know. We're not going to park the bus. No. We're going to press. We're going to hit on the counter. We will find the goals, and if what happens, happens. They didn't want to change because of best players being out. No. Aiden Morris was in Nagby's stead perfectly. 19-year-old, just barely 19, younger than me. I'm almost 21. I'll be 21 next month, January 20th, if you didn't know. Probably not, but you know what I'm saying. He's younger than me. I feel old. A kid basically having one of his biggest matches, biggest tests in a cup final, and he aces it with flying colors to replace one of the best defensive midfielders, engines of a team in this league, Darlington Nagbe. He replaced Darlington Nagbe. Flying colors, Aiden Morris. The kid is all right. The kid is all right. And if it wasn't for Zelarayan, hell, he'd probably be my man of the match, honestly. Zardes was great. He was tracking back. He was moving forward. He did as much as he could to win that match. Zardes wanted that. You could tell. Etienne, great runs. Eloy Room, great game. When he needed to make a save, he made a save. Great. Jonathan Mensah. Yes, there is a Jonathan. Jonathan Mensah, great center back. Played hurt for 10 minutes to win that match. Jonathan Mensah is a Banff. Played every minute of the season. Won a championship. Josh Williams, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say Jonathan Williams. I don't know why I did that. Josh Williams. Former TFC player, by the way. We'll get to that. I have to do some congratulations. Look at that. Josh Williams was great as a replacement coming in, playing this whole playoffs. He was great at the back. All the Crew players, I have to congratulate. They worked their asses off to win this game. Seattle did not show up. I said what I needed to say about them. Yes, they had more pressure in the second half. They had more possession. They were able to push the ball forward. They did not get a goal. They could not find the final pass because Columbus was stout enough to stop it. They wanted that cup. They wanted it more. Seattle did not show up until they damn well needed to, and they couldn't score. Rui Diaz didn't show up. Ladero didn't show up. João Paulo didn't show up. Roldans didn't show up. Fry didn't show up. None of them showed up. They all had a disaster class at the worst time of year, and you deserve to lose for that. So, that's my review of the match. You get 10 minutes of me talking about the match itself. Columbus, well-deserved winners. They wanted it more. They pressed hard. They did everything they could to win. Seattle had a disaster class at the worst time. There you go. Now, if I were you, Seattle fans, because I'm starting with a runner-up, Seattle fans, if I were you, how does it feel? How does it feel? to be played off the pitch in an away MLS Cup. Actually, not even that. When Toronto played y'all at CenturyLink last year, now Lumen Field, we actually were the better side. And that, I'll get into that. We were actually the better side. Y'all scored 3 good goals. That's it. And we lost. How does it feel to come in the favorites, probably, and then get smacked around? How does it feel to feel the dynasty slowly dying? The monitor just beep, 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 flatline. How does it feel? How does it feel for you? I'd like to know. I'd like to know, because let me explain something to you. That was the last gasp of the Sounders dynasty, because I guarantee you, I will bet my bottom dollar on this. Brian Schmetzer is gone. If you won the cup, he would have stayed. I think he wants a new challenge, especially after that. He's going to get out of Dodge. I'm sorry. It's done. The dynasty is over, my friends. It's over. And you only have yourselves to blame. Y'all went out losers. Y'all went out capitulating. And it's sad. No, it isn't, because I'm a Toronto fan. Why would it be sad? Why would it be sad? I'm sorry. I don't think it's sad at all. Good job. You lost. You bottled. 2 times you had a chance to repeat as cup champions. You bottled them both. And by the way, the 4 cups you've been in, you've only played better in 1 half. 4 cups, you've only been better in 1 out of 8 halves. Once. 1 45-minute segment. Once. And that was the second half, and you couldn't even score. 2016, weren't great. 2017, you got dominated by TFC, rightly so. 2019, TFC dominated you, but y'all scored 3 goals because of the Morrow own goal, and then the levies opened. This, you sucked until the second half, but you still couldn't score. That's how I feel if I were you. You come back just to choke. How does it feel? How does it feel? Because I know that feeling, but I want to hear it from y'all. You know what the Sounders are going to be now? You're not a dynasty. You're like the Seahawks. You're like the Russell Wilson Seahawks. You're good. You're contenders, but you're not the dynasty you think you are. Enjoy it. It changed on a dime. Unexpectedly, and that's the best part. For you, it's going to suck going back down. The ride down sucks. Enjoy it. Columbus fans, if I were you, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. You went from almost losing your team to saving your team, them building back up with Tim Bezbatchenko, the Haslam family, and they built back up. They're at the top of the mountain again, like they should be. I do respect my roots, as in the league's roots, because as a Toronto fan, we weren't here at the first moment, but y'all were, and I respect my roots. I respect Columbus. I've been there. Y'all have an amazing stadium, a nice fan base. I've been there. I experienced MAPFRA last year. Go back in my channel. I reviewed the Toronto-Columbus match there last year. I was there. Had vlogs. You can go look it up. You can go look it up. It's amazing. Go ahead after this is over. I'm proud of y'all. I'm happy for y'all, especially Tim Bezbatchenko, Josh Williams, and Jordan Hamilton, 3 former TFC people. The former general manager, Tim Bezbatchenko, the person who made us into a cup winner, and 2 former players, Josh Williams and Jordan Hamilton. I'm happy for y'all. Y'all deserve to win that cup. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all deserve every bit of shine and everything from it. I'm proud of y'all. I'm happy for y'all. Y'all deserve to win, and y'all had an amazing match. And by the way, if Toronto does so get drawn against Columbus at some point in the Champions League, I'm going to be down there because I know you're going to have fans. And you know what? I'm coming down. I'm only 6 hours away to the west, near St. Louis. I'm going. I'll be there. to see Toronto in the Champions League, and I will congratulate y'all face to face. That's how I would feel if I were you. So, for me, man of the match, Lucas Zelarayan. This was an easy choice. MVP, Lucas Zelarayan. The second player to have 3 goal contributions in an MLS Cup. The other one, Guillermo Barros Schelotto, 2008. Another Crew player, their first MLS Cup. This is their second. Destiny. Lucas Zelarayan had the best match I'd ever seen in an MLS Cup, honestly. And I watch them all, so I can tell you that. Lucas Zelarayan is immense. He's an amazing signing, and newcomer of the year, wins them a cup in his first season, going back to Champions League as well. That's a hat tip for you. So with that said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. This is not the finale of RSR Season 2. No, no, no. I've got one more thing to talk about. Special this year because of COVID. The Miss Rona, if you want to call it that. The CONCACAF Champions League return. 10 days of football. Well, more like 8 days, but you know. Starts on Tuesday, but 10 days away from the finale of the season. It's going to be great. But first, a 12 Days of Christmas parody for TFC on the 14th. So with that said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations, Columbus. Deserving cup winners.